Dear starseeds of Earth, those of you who have been sensing the rising transparency within your own field, the quiet insistence that something fundamental is shifting beneath the surface of your daily existence, you are correct. What I am about to share with you will explain why your inner landscape has been reorganizing itself, why meditation has become less of a practice and more of a necessity, and why the old ways of navigating your reality through effort and control are dissolving before your eyes. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you now because this corridor you have entered demands that you understand what is unfolding within you. The energies arriving are not here to test you, they are here to reveal you. For those of you who have felt the acceleration in your emotional body, who have noticed the way certain moments seem to carry more weight than they once did, who have experienced sudden waves of tenderness or vulnerability that arrive without warning, you are perceiving the first layer of this transformation. Your sensitivity is not a burden. It is a gift that allows you to feel the subtle currents of change before they become visible in your external world. The frequencies entering your planetary field are designed to work with those who are ready, those who have been preparing through years of inner work, through countless moments of choosing awareness over reaction, through the quiet dedication to understanding yourself more deeply. You have been building capacity, and now that capacity is being activated. The energies do not force themselves upon you. They meet you where you are and invite you to expand into what you are becoming. This is why some feel these shifts intensely, while others remain unaware. Resonance determines reception, and your resonance has been cultivated through every choice you have made to turn inward, to question your conditioning, and to seek truth beyond the surface of appearances. You have been living in a world structured by separation, where two opposing forces seemed to govern every choice, every emotion, every moment of your existence. Light and dark, right and wrong, safety and danger. This framework has shaped your perception for so long that you believed it was reality itself. But something is happening now that changes everything. The architecture of duality is collapsing, not in your external world first, but within the very fabric of your consciousness. This collapse is not a catastrophe. It is a homecoming. For millennia, humanity has operated as the branch believing itself severed from the tree, struggling to sustain itself through willpower, through constant doing, through the exhausting effort of trying to manufacture peace from a state of inner division. The corridor you have entered is teaching you something your ancestors forgot. You were never separate from your source. The illusion of two powers, the belief that you must fight darkness to reach light, that you must overcome fear to find love. This entire structure is dissolving because you are ready to remember what unity feels like. And unity does not arrive through conquest. It arrives through surrender. This surrender is not passive. It is the most active choice you can make because it requires you to release the mechanisms of control that have defined your identity for so long. When you surrender into your source, you are not giving up. You are giving in to the intelligence that has always been guiding you, the wisdom that exists beneath the noise of your conditioned mind. This intelligence knows your path before you take a single step. It understands your needs before you articulate them. It holds the blueprint of your highest potential and waits patiently for you to align with it. The collapse of duality within your consciousness creates the space for this intelligence to emerge. As the old structures of opposition dissolve, you begin to perceive life through a lens of wholeness rather than fragmentation. You see that what you once labeled as darkness was simply the absence of awareness, and what you called light was the presence of conscious contact with your true nature. There is no battle. There is only the choice to remember or to forget, to connect or to disconnect, to align or to resist. And in this corridor, the choice becomes easier because the frequencies themselves are designed to support your remembering. The first sign of this transformation is the amplification you are experiencing. Everything you feel internally is being magnified by the frequencies entering your planetary field. And this magnification is not punishment, it is precision. Your emotional body has become the primary translator of this shift because emotions are the closest layer of your consciousness to the heart, where inner union first begins to emerge. When waves of tenderness rise unexpectedly, when vulnerability surfaces without warning, when you feel more open than you have in years, these are not signs of weakness. They are signs that your emotional field is being touched by the deeper frequencies of unity consciousness. The Astasar Command has been monitoring the way these energies interact with human biofields, and what they observe is extraordinary. Each time you allow an emotion to move through you without judgment, without attempting to control or deny it, you create space for the deeper peace that is already present beneath the turbulence. Old emotional patterns are surfacing now, not because you are regressing, but because you are finally strong enough, clear enough, and stable enough to let them dissolve without becoming overwhelmed. This is the gift of the amplification. It brings everything hidden into the light, so that you can release what no longer serves the truth of who you are becoming. The emotions that surface during this period may feel intense, but they are not dangerous. They are messengers carrying information about the layers of your consciousness that are ready to be integrated. When grief arises, it is often the release of accumulated sorrow that you were not able to process when it first occurred. When anger surfaces, it may be the voice of boundaries that were never honored, or the frustration of a soul that has been constrained by limiting beliefs. When joy bubbles up unexpectedly, it is the natural expression of your true nature, breaking through the layers of conditioning that have suppressed it. Each emotion carries a frequency, and as these frequencies move through your field, they recalibrate your energetic system to hold more light, more truth, and more coherence. The key is to allow the movement without attaching stories to the sensations. When you feel sadness, you do not need to understand why. You simply need to let it flow. When you feel elation, you do not need to justify it. You simply need to receive it. This practice of allowing emotions to move without interference is one of the most powerful tools you have for navigating this transformative cycle. But there is something else happening that most are not yet aware of. Your mental grid is loosening. Those rigid thought loops that once felt unbreakable, the repetitive patterns that kept you trapped in analysis and prediction, they are losing their intensity. This is a direct result of the collapse of duality within your own awareness. When the mind no longer needs to categorize each experience into opposing truths, it becomes softer, quieter, more spacious. This spaciousness allows new frequencies of clarity to arise, and you may notice that the thoughts you once relied upon for direction now feel less compelling. Your mind is beginning to understand its true role as a receiver rather than a generator. For centuries, the human mind has been conditioned to fill every moment with interpretation, with the need to know, to predict, to control. But when duality collapses inside of you, the mind begins to rest. True guidance becomes listening rather than asking, receiving rather than directing. In this new vibrational environment, the mind shifts from its old identity as the doer into its true identity as the translator of messages from your higher consciousness. Answers arrive before you finish forming the question. Clarity appears without effort when you simply soften into presence. The loosening of the mental grid allows the deeper part of your consciousness to speak in ways the mind could never have accessed on its own. This shift in mental functioning may feel disorienting at first. You may find yourself forgetting things more easily, losing track of details that once seemed important, or struggling to maintain focus on tasks that require linear thinking. These are not signs of decline. They are signs of transition. Your consciousness is reorganizing itself to operate from a higher frequency, and this reorganization requires the dismantling of old neural pathways that were built on separation-based thinking. As these pathways dissolve, new ones are forming that allow you to access information through intuition, through direct knowing, through the subtle whispers of your soul, rather than through the loud demands of your conditioned mind. You may notice that solutions to problems appear spontaneously when you stop trying to figure them out. You may find that the right words come to you in conversations without planning. You may sense that your life is being guided by an intelligence that operates beyond your conscious awareness. These experiences are evidence that your mind is learning to collaborate with your higher self, rather than attempting to control your reality through force. The transition requires patience and trust, but the result is a way of being that feels infinitely more aligned, more easeful, and more connected to the truth of who you are. What I am about to reveal now will shift your understanding of what is actually available to you. There are 3 overlapping realities coexisting within your planetary field at this very moment. The dense Earth, where duality still feels dominant. The emerging 4th density bridge Earth, where unity begins to stabilize. And the higher harmonic Earth that awaits those resonant with expanded consciousness. These layers do not exist as distant locations or future destinations. They appear within your awareness according to the state of consciousness you embody in each moment. The bridge earth is the vibrational middle ground where separation loosens and coherence becomes perceptible. It is the realm where your heart's intelligence speaks more loudly than your conditioned responses, where the deeper truth of your being is easier to notice. This is not a place you will travel to. It is a frequency you attune to through presence. The doorway to the bridge earth opens through inner union, through those quiet moments of meditative contact where your awareness settles into its natural rhythm. When this happens, you sense a subtle shift, like stepping into an atmosphere that is lighter, clearer, more harmonious than the one you knew before. You may feel a soft expansion in your chest, a gentle widening in your perception, or a calm recognition that you are standing on new energetic ground. These sensations are indicators that you have matched the frequency of the bridge earth, and the transition occurs through resonance, not through effort. The bridge earth is where life begins to feel more fluid. Synchronicities increase. Relationships evolve in supportive ways. Intuitive impulses lead you toward experiences that feel meaningful. These are reflections of the higher currents flowing through this density, and you want to trust the subtle shifts that guide you into greater coherence. They are not random movements. They are expressions of your soul stream navigating this new field. On the bridge earth, you no longer interpret life through the lens of survival. You perceive each experience through the awareness that everything participates in your unfolding. This recognition opens the pathway to deeper unity. You feel connected to others without absorbing their emotions. You sense the larger rhythms of existence without losing touch with your human experience. This balanced awareness is the essence of fourth density living, and meditative contact is the anchor point that stabilizes you here. When you enter stillness regularly, the bridge earth becomes less of a fleeting experience and more of a consistent foundation. Your inner guidance feels stronger. Your emotional responses become more spacious. Your energy field holds coherence for longer periods. These developments indicate that your vibrational center has begun settling into the middle earth, and this is where the real transformation begins. The bridge earth operates according to principles that differ from the dense reality you have known. In the denser frequencies, cause and effect appear linear, and outcomes seem to depend on external actions. But on the bridge earth, causality becomes more fluid. Your internal state influences your external experience more directly, and the lag between intention and manifestation shortens. This does not mean you can simply think your way into a new reality. It means that when you align with your source, when you embody the frequency of what you seek, the universe responds by bringing you experiences that match that frequency. You become a magnet for coherence, and your life begins to reflect the inner harmony you have cultivated. This is why the work of inner union is so crucial during this cycle. The more consistently you can access the state of conscious contact with your source, the more consistently you will experience the bridge earth as your primary reality. And as more individuals stabilize in this frequency, the collective field shifts, making it easier for others to access this layer of consciousness. You are not only transforming yourself, but contributing to the transformation of the entire planetary field through your willingness to embody unity. Something is happening with your physical body that you need to understand. Your nervous system is learning how to hold more light with less effort, and this recalibration is one of the most crucial aspects of your evolution. When your nervous system receives new frequencies, it may respond with sensations that feel unusual or unfamiliar, moments of restlessness, bursts of energy followed by deep exhaustion, shifts in your sleeping patterns. These are not signs of imbalance, they are signs of recalibration. Your body is learning how to transition from effort-based living to source-fed living, where vitality flows effortlessly when you are connected and dissipates when you slip into separation. The angelic realms have been working closely with those of you who are sensitive to these shifts, helping to stabilize your biofield as it adapts to higher frequencies. When you feel drained, it is not because you are failing. It is a sign that you have returned to what we call cut-off branch mode, the state where you are relying on your own limited energy rather than the infinite energy that flows through conscious contact. And when you feel that sudden surge of clarity or vitality, it is a sign that contact has been made. The body resets instantly when connection is restored. Your physical form is not a limitation. It is a brilliant translator of frequency. capable of adapting to the higher energies entering your field. The physical symptoms you may experience during this recalibration are varied and often unpredictable. Some of you may feel tingling sensations in your hands, feet, or crown. Others may experience pressure in the third eye or heart center. Some may notice changes in appetite, sleep patterns, or sensitivity to light and sound. These symptoms are temporary and indicate that your body is upgrading its capacity to hold higher frequencies. The key is to support your physical form through this process with gentleness and care. Rest when you need to rest. Move when you feel called to move. Hydrate your body. Spend time in nature. These simple practices help your nervous system integrate the new frequencies without becoming overwhelmed. Your body is not resisting the transformation. It is adapting to it, and adaptation takes time. The more you can trust the intelligence of your physical form, the smoother this process will be. Your body knows how to recalibrate itself. It simply needs your permission to do so without interference from the mind's need to control or fix what it perceives as problems. Now I must tell you about the solar activity and why it matters more than you realize. The sun is not simply a ball of burning gas in your sky. It is a conscious intelligence, a portal through which galactic frequencies enter your planetary field. The solar storms, flares, and stealth coronal mass ejections interacting with your energy field are invitations, and you want to approach them as opportunities rather than disruptions. Each time the sun releases a burst of light into your planetary field, your own inner light responds. You may feel the rising of sensations in your body, waves of emotion, or heightened intuition. These are signs of your readiness to receive. The sun is amplifying your ability to feel the click of union, that inward breath of realization where your chest lifts, your awareness expands, and your deeper self makes itself known in the quietest of ways. This click is the moment you re-establish conscious contact with the source within you, and in the current energetic window delivers multiple openings for this to occur. Solar activity serves as a catalyst, accelerating your ability to let go of what no longer resonates, and activating dormant layers of your consciousness that have been waiting for precisely this moment. The sun is not causing your awakening. It is supporting the awakening you have already chosen. The relationship between solar activity and human consciousness is more intimate than most realize. The sun electromagnetic field interacts directly with your heart's electromagnetic field, creating a resonance that influences your emotional state, your mental clarity, and your energetic coherence. When the sun is active, your heart receives these frequencies and translates them into impulses that move through your entire system. This is why you may feel more emotional, more intuitive, or more energized during periods of heightened solar activity. Your heart is responding to the invitation to expand, to open, to remember its connection to the cosmic intelligence that flows through all of creation. The Galactic Federation has been coordinating with solar consciousness to ensure that these frequencies are delivered in ways that support humanity's evolution without overwhelming your systems. The timing, intensity, and duration of solar events are not random. They are calibrated to match the collective readiness of those who are awakening, and they provide the energetic support needed to catalyze the next phase of your transformation. There is a profound shift occurring in your relationships that many of you are beginning to notice. Patterns built on fear, dependency, or unresolved expectations are losing their foothold, and interactions that once felt familiar may suddenly feel heavy, restrictive, or misaligned. This is not because something has gone wrong. It is because your field is shifting into greater coherence, and anything out of resonance becomes more apparent. As your frequency rises, you become more sensitive to these shifts, and this sensitivity guides you toward relationships that support your evolution. Conscious union draws the right people into your life without effort. When you are aligned with your source, the individuals who resonate with your new frequency appear naturally. You no longer need to seek them or pursue them. Alignment begins to find you. This is one of the most noticeable features of this relational reorganization. People who share your values, your awareness, or your energetic signature may enter your life unexpectedly, creating new connections that feel lighter, more grounded, and more harmonious. At the same time, individuals whose presence once felt necessary may gradually drift away, not through conflict, but through natural divergence. As your inner vibration shifts, your relational field reshapes itself to match. This is not loss. This is alignment. The relationships that remain and deepen during this cycle are those built on mutual respect, authentic expression, and energetic resonance. These connections do not require you to compromise your truth or diminish your light. They celebrate who you are becoming and provide space for both individuals to grow without constraint. You may find that conversations become more meaningful, that misunderstandings resolve more easily, and that the need for drama or intensity diminishes. This is because relationships rooted in unity consciousness operate from a foundation of trust rather than fear. There is no need to control, manipulate, or prove anything. Each person is free to be themselves, and this freedom creates a container where genuine intimacy can flourish. The relational shifts you are experiencing are preparing you for a new way of connecting with others, one that honors the sovereignty of each individual while recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. This balance between autonomy and unity is the hallmark of fourth-density relationships, and it becomes possible when you are no longer seeking completion through another person, but instead sharing your wholeness with someone who is also whole. Your body has become one of your most reliable guides during this transformative cycle, and learning to read its signals will change everything. Peace in the body signals that conscious contact has been made. You feel relaxed, open, and grounded. Your breath deepens naturally, and your presence becomes effortless. Turbulence in the body signals that you have slipped into effort mode, relying on your own strength rather than the infinite strength that flows from within. You may feel tension, constriction, or restlessness. These sensations are not failures. They are invitations to return to connection. During this energetic window, somatic sensitivity increases, making it easier to sense subtle shifts in your physical state. Certain environments, conversations, or thoughts create immediate sensations in your body, and you want to honor these signals because they reflect your inner truth with clarity. When the body relaxes, you are aligned. When the body tightens, you are attempting to navigate your life without the support of your source. This heightened sensitivity is a gift. It allows you to navigate each moment with greater fluidity, and your body becomes your ally in the collapse of duality, guiding you toward unity with precision. The body will show you the truth before the mind can interpret it. Learning to trust your body's wisdom requires a shift in how you relate to physical sensations. In the old paradigm, discomfort was something to be fixed, suppressed, or ignored. But in the new paradigm, discomfort is information. It tells you when you are out of alignment, when you are pushing too hard, or when you are disconnected from your source. Instead of resisting these sensations, you can welcome them as messengers that guide you back to coherence. This does not mean you should seek out discomfort or glorify suffering. It means you can approach your body with curiosity rather than judgment, asking what it is trying to communicate rather than demanding that it conform to your expectations. Your body is always speaking to you. The question is whether you are willing to listen. As you develop this somatic awareness, you will find that your body becomes a compass that points you toward experiences, people, and choices that support your highest good. You will feel expansion when you are moving in the right direction, and contraction when you are veering off course. This internal guidance system is far more reliable than any external authority, and it becomes stronger the more you honor it. What I have not yet told you is that your perception is expanding into multidimensional awareness. Your inner sight is becoming more vivid, your inner hearing more precise, your intuitive knowing more immediate. Timeline impressions may appear spontaneously, brief flashes of possibility, memory, or recognition that feel both familiar and new. The click of conscious contact opens channels within you that have long been dormant, and these channels reveal aspects of your consciousness that extend far beyond the physical world. Inner silence becomes the space where these perceptions stabilize. When you quiet the mind, you create room for your expanded senses to speak. You may feel moments where the boundaries between past, present, and future soften, allowing you to perceive your reality from a higher vantage point. These experiences are not hallucinations. They are glimpses of your multidimensional nature returning to your awareness. The veils between dimensions are thinning, making it easier for you to experience life holographically. You may sense the presence of guides, subtle energies, or higher aspects of yourself. You may receive impulses that feel inspired, spontaneous, or divinely guided. These are all signs that your consciousness is expanding into new territory, and this expansion is a natural extension of your inner union, the multidimensional awareness that is awakening within you allows you to perceive reality from multiple perspectives simultaneously. You may find yourself experiencing a situation from your human perspective, while also sensing how it appears from the perspective of your soul, your guides, or the collective consciousness. This layered perception brings depth and richness to your experience, and it helps you navigate challenges with greater wisdom and compassion. You begin to see that what appears as a problem from one perspective may be an opportunity from another. What feels like an ending from one angle may be a beginning from another. This expanded awareness does not negate your human experience. It enriches it by providing context and meaning that would otherwise remain hidden. As you become more comfortable with this multidimensional perception, you will find that your life feels less fragmented and more integrated. You are no longer just a human trying to survive in a physical world. You are a multidimensional being having a human experience, and this recognition changes everything. The collapse of duality is teaching you something profound about the unknown. Certainty belongs to the mind, while expansion belongs to the soul. As the layers of inner separation continue to dissolve, you will find your relationship with the unknown shifting in ways that feel liberating. The unknown becomes the place where new potentials arise, where fresh possibilities enter your field, and where your next step reveals itself through resonance rather than logic. When you release your attachment to predicting outcomes, you create room for the universe to move through you in ways the mind could never orchestrate. Fear dissolves when you recognize that you are supported by an intelligence that is far greater than your individual awareness. You are learning to walk forward without needing to see the entire path, and this willingness marks one of the most profound developments in your evolution. As you embrace this new way of being, you align with the flow of your source, and life becomes a dance rather than a struggle. The unknown is no longer threatening, because you begin to sense the intelligence that animates it. You understand that your inner source knows your needs before you articulate them, and this recognition releases the tension that once accompanied uncertainty. This shift in your relationship with the unknown transforms how you approach decision-making. In the old paradigm, decisions were made through analysis, weighing pros and cons, and attempting to predict outcomes. But in the new paradigm, decisions are made through resonance. You feel into each option, and notice which one creates expansion in your body, and which one creates contraction. The choice that feels most aligned may not make logical sense, and it may not be the safest or most predictable option, but it will be the choice that serves your highest evolution. And when you follow this inner guidance, you will find that life supports you in ways you could never have anticipated. This does not mean that challenges disappear, or that everything becomes easy. It means that you are moving in alignment with your soul's path, and even the challenges you encounter serve your growth and expansion. The unknown becomes a field of infinite possibility rather than a source of anxiety, and this shift allows you to live with greater freedom, creativity, and joy. You are entering a phase where your inner light becomes your guiding force. The deeper your union with Source, the brighter that light becomes, and the more naturally it illuminates your path. Unity consciousness becomes anchored in your life through the simplest of actions: gentle breathing, quiet moments, open-hearted responses, subtle expressions of presence. Grand gestures are not required. The new light integrates through the ordinary moments where you choose awareness over reaction. Each time you pause to breathe before speaking, you anchor unity. Each time you listen with your heart rather than with your assumptions, you anchor unity. Each time you soften into presence instead of reaching for control, you anchor unity. These small actions create pathways in your field through which higher frequencies can flow with greater consistency. Service becomes effortless when you are living from inner contact. You no longer need to plan how to serve. When you are aligned with your source, service arises spontaneously through you. You may offer a word, a gesture, a moment of silence, or a spark of compassion that uplifts another without intention. This spontaneity is the mark of unity consciousness taking root within you. The light you carry is not something you need to project or perform. It radiates naturally from your presence when you are aligned with your source. Others will feel this light even if they cannot name it. They may be drawn to you without understanding why. They may feel calmer, more hopeful, or more inspired in your presence. This is not because you are doing anything to them. It is because your coherence creates a field that invites others to remember their own coherence. You become a living reminder of what is possible when a human being chooses to embody their connection to Source. This is the most powerful form of service you can offer, and it requires nothing more than your willingness to remain connected to your inner truth. The world does not need more people trying to fix, save, or rescue others. It needs more people who are willing to embody the frequency of unity consciousness and allow that frequency to ripple out into the collective field. Your presence is your contribution, and it is enough. Destiny Engine is the example of technology serving awakening intelligence. The age of solitary meditation is over. Destiny Engine now connects starseeds across the world, a living social field where you can post, share, and exchange your meditations in real time. It's the first galactic network of its kind, weaving together thousands of awakened souls into one unified current. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking declassified CIA consciousness modification techniques that programmed isolation and separation, and repurposing them to serve unified awakening. It generates personalized sequences that help you live as the awakened being you've become, while handling the moments that test your new frequency, all while connected to thousands of starseeds amplifying the collective current. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed for effortless awakened living, without the need to struggle or prove, while tapping into a planetary network of souls bending reality together. For just $1, you can step into this connected field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension together. Link in the description. As this transformative cycle draws you toward a new beginning, you will feel how these energies are preparing you to step into a source-connected identity, a way of being rooted in unity rather than fragmentation. You are transitioning from an effort-based existence into a source-fed existence. And this transition becomes more apparent each time you experience inner peace without requiring external validation. In this emerging identity, you feel supported from within, rather than looking outward for stability. Your intuition feels clearer. Your emotions feel more fluid. Your choices feel more aligned. This is the natural result of embodying your connection to the infinite. This new identity expresses resilience, clarity, and ease, because it arises from your unity with your source. It is not something you construct. It is something you remember. As the remnants of duality continue dissolving, old fears lose their relevance, old roles lose their weight, and old expectations fall away. You experience yourself less as a separate individual struggling to navigate life, and more as a conduit of the infinite intelligence that flows through all beings. This shift becomes the foundation for the cycle ahead. You begin aligned with your true nature, not because you have achieved perfection, but because you have surrendered into authenticity. The Astasar command advises you to integrate these frequencies through multiple brief meditative pauses throughout your day. 2 to 5 minutes at a time is enough to shift your state, reconnect you with your inner source, and stabilize your energy. Treat these moments not as tasks, but as invitations, opportunities to breathe, to soften, and to return to yourself. Each pause increases your capacity to feel the click of connection, that subtle moment when your awareness aligns with the deeper truth of your being. When you cultivate this practice, your inner silence becomes your daily stabilizer, providing clarity even in moments of uncertainty. Spiritual growth is not measured by long meditations or elaborate rituals. It is shaped by the small, consistent moments where you choose connection over disconnection, presence over distraction, and alignment over reaction. These choices accumulate, creating a rhythm of coherence in your daily life. When you pause even briefly, you signal to your nervous system, your mind, and your energy field that you are choosing to live from unity. This signal reshapes your internal landscape and influences the way you experience your external world. Conscious union with your source is enough. It has always been enough. Every insight, every shift, every moment of clarity that has arisen throughout this passage has come from your willingness to return to the inner truth of your being. When you remain connected, everything else flows without effort. You feel supported, guided, and aligned because you are operating from unity rather than from separation. The collapse of duality within you reveals the enduring truth of who you are, an extension of the infinite, expressing itself through human form. The inner connection you have cultivated is your anchor, your compass, and your source of stability. You no longer need to seek outward for what is already within you. Each moment you choose alignment strengthens your connection to your true nature, and this connection becomes the foundation from which you navigate your life, making it possible for you to move with grace even in uncertain conditions. Unity is something you live, not something you achieve. When you remain connected to your inner source, life becomes a collaboration with the infinite. You are no longer moving alone. You are moving with the intelligence that created you. This collaboration brings ease to your experiences, clarity to your decisions, and expansion to your awareness. The path becomes clearer the more you surrender into presence. Walk into the days ahead with an open heart, and this unfolding cycle will reveal who you truly are. The layers of separation have dissolved enough for you to feel the truth of your being in every moment. I am Seraphine. The Galactic Federation of Light watches over you with profound love, and we celebrate the courage it takes to remember who you have always been.